Hi, section MPLS label distribution. Okay, configure label exchange between HQ. We have OSPF button protocol here and the MVPN network. The MVPN. This is our the MVPN. The MVPN phase 2. We have hub, spoke and spoke. Okay. Use an IETF standard for label distribution. Okay, we have two types of label distribution protocols. One is TDP and the other one is LDP. TDP is Cisco proprietary. LDP is IETF standard. IETF. It says that we have to use LDP, yeah? We have to use IETF standard. We have to use LDP as label distribution protocol. Do not use interface level commands to accomplish this task. We don't have to use interface level command. We can use MPLS IP here. We cannot use MPLS IP. We can instead use MPLS LDP autoconfig, because we have OSPF here. We can use MPLS LDP autoconfig command to enable all interfaces to exchange label. All OSPF interfaces will automatically exchange label distribution. We can use MPLS LDP autoconfig. Okay, the session between this is spoke and hub should automatically wait pass. Okay, we have to use MPLS MD5 authentication here. Okay, let's confirm. We are okay. One note here is that we have to force loopback 2 of hubs as MPLS neighbor identifier, and the other routers will have to use loopback 0 as MPLS neighbor identifiers. Loopback 0 for other routers and loopback 2 for hubs. For hubs, we have we have to use this loopback 0 as an MPLS neighbor identifier. Okay, let's first configure ops. Okay, let's review, then I will configure. We have two types of label distribution. One is LDP, the other one is TDP. And how to directly enable LDP session, we can use this is shell commands. This is MPLS LDP authority command, allowed to establish the IP address of an interface as the LDP authority. The following step, the author console, and this is one important thing is that if you use loopback, we have to make sure that it is configured by 32-bit network mask. We have to use MPLS label author ID on hops for loopback 2. For loopback 2 on hops, and for loopback 0 on other authors. Okay. Let's enable show IP protocols. Okay. Yeah. I have OSPF process ID 6. Config T. OSPF 6. MPLS LDP autoconfig. This will enable OSPF interfaces to exchange labels. Then MPLS LDP .id loopback 2 for hops. Enable config T. This is OSPF 7. Config T. OSPF 7. MPLS LDP autoconfig. MPLS LDP .id loopback 2. Then on 4 config T. This we have 4 here. go to OSPF 4 MPLS LDP autoconfig MPLS LDP total ID loopback 044 enable config T total OSPF 11 MPLS LDP autoconfig MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0 config T total OSPF 12 MPLS LDP autoconfig, then MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0 enable config T OSPF 13 MPLS LDP autoconfig, then MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0 config T total OSPF 40 MPLS LDP autoconfig and MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0 MPLS config T total OSPF 15 yes MPLS LDP autoconfig and MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0. The last one config T total OSPF 16 MPLS LDP autoconfig MPLS LDP total ID loopback 0. Okay, now let's verify our MPLS interfaces if it is enabled or not, and show MPLS interface. Okay, this is enabled on tunnel 15, and this is this one. It's automatically enabled OSPF interfaces as labels distribution. This is LDP IETF standard and its interface. Okay, let's show MPLS interface. Show MPLS net. Show MPLS show IP MPLS. Okay, show MPLS LDP neighbor. Okay, yeah. I don't see LDP identifier as loopback for loopback 2. I will use force command here. Config T loopback 2 force and config T loopback 2 force. Okay, now I see PLDP identifier for loopback 2 on hops for 7 and 6. Okay, let's configure other one. The session between spoke of 15 and hop should authenticate using password Cisco. Okay, here I will use access this command to permit on 50 I will create two accesses, one for 6666, one for this one 66.66.66.66, and one for this one 77.77.77.7. I will create two accesses for this and configure MD5 neighbor authentication. Only spoke and hubs should be authenticated by Cisco. Okay, let's see what I am saying. This is this is implemented the config, and this is LDP MD5 password for session. One access list and configure enable password. Implemented password required for this. This is access list 10, access list 10. Okay, let's configure access list first. Config T access list, I will say 50. Let's see if I have access list 50 to show access list. Okay, I don't have any access list here. Access list 50 permit 1 for this one, then access 1 for the other one. Seven. Then MPLS LDP password requires for IP access list. For access is 50. Require 4. IP internet access is 50. Then MPLS LDP neighbor. Our neighbors are this one, password Cisco, and this one neighbor 07.07.77.77. Neighbor. Okay, I have to set hubs either. IP access list. Let's see if I have any accesses here. To show access list. Okay. Access list 6. This is standard IP standard access list. 6 permit to show MPLS LDP neighbor. This is our neighbor. No, excuse me, for this. Yes, this is 50. $50. I have to have 50/50 because I have configured password here. That neighbor is down. Okay. 15/50. Access list 6. Permit 150 dot 15 down 50. Okay. MPLS LDP password required for access list 6. Then MPLS LDP neighbor this is our neighbor. Password Cisco. I have to configure the same on second hub. Let's see what I have done here. Neighbor is done. Now do show MPLS LDP neighbor. Okay, the neighbor is up. I have to come with the same on second hub. First, let's do show access list. I don't have any access list here. Access list 7 permit. The unit number is 150 1515. This is remote label. Then MPLS LDP password required for this access list, and MPLS LDP neighbor. This is this neighbor, and use password Cisco. Okay, this neighbor is off. Okay, session between 15 and the hubs. I think using this, and show no logs are generated by the hub. No, this is this command on 15. This is MPLS LDP logging neighbor changes. We have to use no MPLS LDP logging neighbor changes. No logs are generated. This will disable logging. This command will disable logging. No MPLS LDP logging neighbor changes. Okay, now let's verify everything is okay. Let's see this on 15. Show MPLS LDP neighbor detail pipe include P password. Okay, this command will tell us which neighbors are required password. This is 15 spoke. Spoke is using password for hub. And it says password required for hubs, but not required for other neighbors. Not required, but required only for hubs. State established. Okay, now let's see forwarding table here. Show MPLS forwarding table. Okay, this is pop label R16. This popping label only for this one. Okay, perfect. Show MPLS forwarding table. Pop label for this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed this video.